Today we're test driving the all-new Infiniti QX50 and we're going to do a fuel economy test to see how well it performs. As you can see right now, I have a full tank of fuel, and on this full tank my fuel range is estimated to be 633 kilometers before I run completely out of fuel. You'll also notice I have my trip meter on the screen and it currently reads 0. We're going to be driving this over the week and see how many kilometers we complete, and after that we'll head to the gas station to see how much it costs to fill up, so stay tuned. We just spent a week testing the QX50 and we have some numbers here we'd like to share with you. As you can see, we have less than a half tank of fuel left and a remaining fuel range of 202 kilometers. Also, you'll notice our current odometer reading is 13,069 kilometers and our initial odometer reading was 12,683 kilometers. This gives us a difference of 386 kilometers, which is the number of kilometers we've driven from the start of this test until now. Now, usually I use the trip meter for this test, but I accidentally reset the trip meter during our test, which makes me rely on the odometer reading to give you the accurate number of kilometers that we've driven so far. Now, usually cars have a secondary trip meter, but I couldn't find one on the QX50, so I don't have the trip meter reading, but that's how many kilometers we've driven, and we'll use that to calculate our fuel economy numbers. My driving conditions have been pretty basic. I haven't had the air conditioning or the heating on at all, but I have had the sound system on the whole time. Also worth mentioning is I did around 80% of my driving in the city and 20% on the highway, just to give you an idea of how I got the numbers that I did. As you can see, we're at the fuel station right now and we're going to fill it back up, and based on that we'll do some calculations to get a better idea of how much you can actually expect to spend on a full tank of fuel, as well as your actual fuel economy based on my driving. As you just saw, we spent $47.71 to fill up 41 liters of fuel at a premium fuel price of $115.9 per liter. As you just saw, we spent $47.71 to fill up 41 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of $115.9 per liter. Also worth noting is the fuel capacity of the QX50 is 16 gallons or 60 liters. What we're going to do now is we'll calculate our kilometers per liter number to get an idea of how many kilometers we can travel on every liter of fuel. To do that, we'll take the 386 kilometers that we've driven so far and divide it by the 41 liters of fuel that we filled up. So 386 kilometers divided by 41 liters gives us 9.4 kilometers per liter. That means on every liter of fuel, you can expect 9.4 kilometers of driving. What we're going to do now is we'll calculate our actual fuel range based on my driving. To do that, we'll take the 9.4 kilometers per liter number that we achieved and multiply it by 60 liters, which is the fuel capacity of the QX50. So 9.4 kilometers per liter multiplied by 60 liters gives us 564 kilometers. That means on a full tank of fuel, based on my driving, you can expect 564 kilometers of driving. Now what we're going to do is we'll calculate our cost per kilometer. To do that, we'll take the $47.71 that we filled up for and divide it by the 386 kilometers that we drove. So $47.71 divided by 386 kilometers gives us 12 cents per kilometer. That means every kilometer in the QX50 costs us 12 cents. And finally, let's calculate the cost of a full tank of fuel. First, let's do it for Toronto, Canada, where the premium fuel price is 1.159 per liter. So 1.159 per liter multiplied by the QX50's fuel capacity, which is 60 liters, gives us $69.54 Canadian. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Toronto, Canada, would cost you $69.54. Now let's cross the border into Detroit, USA, where the premium fuel price is $2.50 per gallon. So $2.50 per gallon multiplied by the QX50's fuel capacity, which is 16 gallons, gives us $40 US. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Detroit, USA, would cost you $40.